Good Monday morning. Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey here. Wanted to give you a webcast update before we head into the station here on what we can expect, or at least what we're going to be watching very carefully as we kind of roll into the afternoon hours. All is quiet right now, recording this at about 9:50 Monday morning. We had the rain during the overnight hours. Saw a decent amount in some spots, especially south of our viewing area. There's some hefty numbers that were coming in, up to around 2 inches of rain. More on the way as we head through the day today. And we do have the potential, and I talked about this yesterday, for some strong thunderstorms, so maybe some severe weather as we head through the day. All modes on the table, although hail is going to be the highest threat. Could see some gusty winds with some of the thunderstorms. We can't rule out isolated tornadoes as well. So let's kind of just take a look, see what we're looking at now, and then briefly talk about what we'll be looking at for the afternoon and evening. That's when we're thinking the timing of the potential for severe weather would be, is in the afternoon and evening. This is a look again about really close to 10 o'clock. Rain is way north and east of us. The numbers you see are current temperatures. And we also have the visible satellite on here. And notice what's going on down here's Peoria. Southwest, we're seeing some clearing. We're going to be seeing some sunshine here in Peoria probably within the next hour. The dew points, not real impressive right now. You need some higher numbers, to kind of help fuel everything. Lots of ingredients kind of have to come together to make severe weather. Right now we're near 60 in Peoria. There are some areas that are up to around 60. We'll probably see those numbers getting into the mid-60s. Obviously, we had a lot of rain over the last 24 hours, so we certainly are going to be moist enough. And we're going to see those temperatures warm up once the sun starts to peak out a little bit and we get through midday. How long are we going to see the sun out? Still remains to be seen. We're going to have to kind of wait and see, but the longer it's out, the more that's going to help destabilize the atmosphere, and that will make the atmosphere a little more volatile to promote the possibility of some strong thunderstorms going. Okay, so let's talk about timing-wise, and I mentioned it with the potential for an afternoon and evening. I'm going to turn all these off and then turn on our model run here. This would be valid at 10 o'clock this morning, and what we're going to be looking at as we get to around noon, still not much, and I'm thinking probably early afternoon we're going to start to see some initiation down southwest of us, probably in this area between Quincy and St. Louis. We'll see some cells kind of firing a little bit. And then as we progress through the day, this would be around 2 and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just kind of going hour by hour here. Notice the storms starting to progress to the north and east. So this is going to be, again, like I said, mid to late afternoon. We'll leave the window open probably through at least mid-evening. We're going to be kind of sandwiched in between a warm front and a cold front. So very unstable area that we'll be in very briefly. And that takes us to about 7 o'clock this evening. So we'll probably still have some storms hanging around. Here's what the Storm Prediction Center has for us. Again, slight risk for severe weather. I'll throw the cities on there. The moderate risk, where we're going to see significant severe weather, potentially Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. Let's just go down the modes of severe weather here. I'm going to turn the cities off. This is the tornado threat. That's 5% for most of our area. And again, that means the percentage. It's the probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. So 5%. The hatched area, again, possibly where they'll see significant severe. That's a 10% or greater probability of EF2 or EF5. Between an EF2 and EF5 within 25 miles of a point is in this hatched area, not for us. The wind probabilities at about 15% for us. The hail probabilities are a little bit higher. We're at 30%. I'll explain kind of why here in just a second. This is the what we call CAPE. And this is kind of showing us the buoyancy in the air, air parcels rising freely. And we've got some decent numbers, certainly not what you're going to be seeing down south, but you got to have the lift to help support these storms. And we're going to be anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 joules numbers really don't mean much to you probably watching, but that's enough that we're going to get, a decent amount of energy to get these storms kind of rolling and to hold together. This is what we're looking at. This is a lower level bulk shear here. And this is basically showing us the directional changes in wind with height. What you need to have a rotating storm is you have to have the winds kind of changing the higher up you go, and that allows the storm to rotate. It's what we call shear. There's two types. There's directional shear and there's speed shear. The directional shear isn't great. There is the potential that there could be some rotation with the storms, but it's not extremely high. There is pretty good speed shear, and what we mean by speed shear is that the wind speeds strengthen or get higher the higher up you go in the atmosphere. What that does is it allows the storm to tilt, and that will allow the storm to kind of live a little bit longer and get stronger, because you have an updraft and a downdraft. If you don't have a tilt in the storm, then the updraft and downdraft end up mixing together, and then it just chokes off the updraft, which is the fuel for the storm. Think of it kind of like a machine, and then it just dies off. When you have the tilt, they're separated, and so they can just kind of go, and they'll continue. So they're going to do a special weather balloon launch down in Lincoln. What that does is it will take measurements, temperatures, and wind profiles, lots of stuff that we look at as it rises in the atmosphere, and they're going to do a special one at around noon today. That will kind of give us a little better understanding on what the atmosphere is doing at that time. And we may be able to see how we're looking as far as the directional shear goes and the speed shear. But just something to pass along. Again, just kind of keep in mind that we have all types of severe weather on the table. This isn't going to be like a high outbreak day, maybe like what you saw yesterday. We're not dealing with that, but we are, again, concerned that 1 or 2 or 3 storms could get on the strong to severe side, and it only takes one to do some damage. So let's be prepared, weather ready, and get your weather radios ready. Make sure you're getting alerts. I like 2 ways. Have a backup plan. So weather radio, I always promote best, and just another way, another possibility is text alerts. We offer free text alerts. There are numerous services that offer text alerts as well. That's a good way to be able to get that on your smartphone. So we'll have more updates as we head later on into the afternoon. We're going to be heading into the station here, and hopefully by just after lunchtime, we'll at least, I don't know if we'll have a video update, but certainly we'll be posting updates on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus as well. And of course, if anything happens, we will be breaking in on the TV side, WMBD 31 and Fox 43. We'll talk to you soon.